Hey guys, Got197 again. This time with a review of the 144 scale high-grade Iron-Blooded Orphans Grace Custom 2, also known as the Ryusei-Go. Because, well, a striking machine like this needs a striking name. And, well, he's got one hell of a striking color scheme. Very familiar to people who like Char. So the two main colors are a very striking pink for almost the entire machine, and gray for the inner frame he's got, also for the accessories, and a few little details here and there. Then the color scheme is rounded off with some very nice dark red at the bottom of the feet, sides of the chest, and also for the upper arms. And finally, we have lighter gray for the hoses that go underneath the chest, and also for the part that goes underneath the yellow sticker. And talking about stickers, we get this nice middle-sized sticker sheet. So we get the yellow one on the back there. We get two yellow ones on his chest. We get 4 black triangles, one in front, one in back. And on the other shoulder armor, we get 4 of these gray and black ones at the bottom of the shoulder armor, front, back, and on the other arm. Then we get on his face, we get the main camera, we open it up, we get a round one. On the sensor, not the greatest fit, but hey, it kind of does its job. And then finally, we get the white one that wraps around his commander style antenna. Not the greatest sticker, but not too horrible. You can see some of the pink coming through there, but you know, it's kind of an odd. It's a difficult thing for a sticker to cover. Then the last 2 stickers that we're getting, which I didn't use, are the 2 eyes in order to give the Ryusei-Go even more of an attitude. I didn't use them because I thought the Ryusei-Go already looked plenty nice enough without the stickers, and I did very much enjoy the clean look the head has. And while I have seen some people who are very much against these stickers, I actually, on a conceptual level, really like that they gave us these, because these kinds of markings are things we see every now and then on actual military airplanes. Think about the A-10 Thunderbolt, for example, also known as a flying Gatling gun. That has very similar kinds of markings, so I do hope we get these kinds of stickers more on future models. Up next, articulation, and since it uses the typical Grace frame, no surprises here. Head goes a bit up, bit down, rotates around about that far. We'll open up to reveal the sensor, which I've already shown. Arms go forwards and backwards a bit on that hinge. Then the ball joint moves it a bit more forwards, backwards like that. Rotates around, goes up on both the ball joint and then a little bit on that hinge there, like so. Shoulder armor goes up, and then the arm goes even more up on its own joint. Back down, rotates around, elbow bends at 1 degree, at one joint for 90 degrees. 1 degree would have been really bad. Hands rotate around, wiggle around, and do everything a ball joint does. The waist has that very nice upwards and forwards hinging movement. Then it's on a ball joint at the bottom. We'll turn around, forwards, backwards even more. Side skirts have the usual kind of odd design. They go up and down a little bit on their own, and then they're also on a hinge joint of their own, which doesn't really serve a lot of purpose. Then turn it around. This is where the Ryusei-Go's specific parts come in. This butt thruster also goes up and down. It's a really cool thing. We have an attachment here for a weapon that is not included, because, you know, future compatibility. Then the thruster goes up and down. And this thing can also move individually a little bit. It's quite tight on there, but you can get some movement out of it. Just be careful. Legs go out all the way like that. We'll rotate around and go forwards nicely, backwards until they hit the back skirt. And then the front skirts are molded together but can be separated. Very, very tiny front skirts, but hey, it's cool that this time they are movable, unlike, for example, the Schwalbe Grays. The legs will bend at 2 joints. We have some nice separation going on. like that, and then the feet very nicely articulated as always. We have this foot guard here that's on a ball joint, goes up and down, will wiggle around a bit, feet nicely side to side like that, out all the way like that, rotate around a bit, and there goes that, forwards and backwards. So, as I said in the beginning, articulation is great business as always. Overall, great articulation, if only the arms were double jointed. And I always enjoyed when they put in that little bit of extra effort, like with the movable butt thruster. Moving on to accessories, which isn't exactly Gray's business as always. Because, well, the Grays haven't exactly been known for having a lot of accessories straight out of the box. Well, the Ryusei-Go is here to kind of change that. Starting off with the regular accessories, we have the battle axe. Fits into the hands absolutely perfectly, not falling out, but let's quickly remove that and store it onto the side skirts. And we have 2 pegs, 2 holes in the sides, well, 1 hole in each side skirt, so you can store it wherever you want, or buy another Grace and give him 2 of the battle axes. And there we go. Now, usually we'd only get 1 gun, but now we get 2 of them. We have the regular rifle and the appropriately named short rifle. So unlike the 1/100 scale Schwalbe Grays, we don't just get a barrel replacement, we get 2 actual weapons. And as with all the Grays, the weapons will be hardwired into the arm. And fortunately, we have hard points for them on both arms. So you can get him to dual wield. And now one point of articulation both of the rifles have is the movable stock right there, the movable handle. Unfortunately, you're not really going to be using it. Well, you can't really use it because, well, you hardwire the guns to the arm and they can go side to side really. So the arms unfortunately aren't articulated enough to grab onto the extra handle. But not that you're going to want to do that, because you're getting 2 guns. And if those 2 aren't enough, you have the battle axe. So really, this thing comes with plenty of stuff to play around with in order to not have the need to really get a use for that thing. And that's not all. Well, it is all for weapons, but we do get some extra stuff if you'd want to. Now, if you want to customize the thing, you can make a complete regular Grays custom. These are the shoulder pieces. For the regular Grays custom, you get the old backpack, the old back skirt. If you don't really like having the butt thruster there, you can simply replace it with this slightly more toned down back piece. And if you don't like the giant antenna on the back, you can just give him the normal headpiece as well. Then we get this junk piece. And finally, if you want to connect them to the giant booster, well, you do get these 2 replacements for his kneecaps. And if you want to give him some more firepower, some more giant speed, well, those are the 2 pieces you're going to be needing. As always, the inevitable question is, do you want to buy this? And well, for 1,200 yen, the answer is a resounding yes. Yeah, it might be a little bit more expensive than the other Grazes, which go for 1,000 yen. But for that 200 yen extra, you're getting an extra rifle, parts to build the regular Grays custom, and it's just got that awesome look about it. Really, I think this instantly became one of my favorite Grazes out there, both in model kit form and in actual form. As far as the machine itself goes, it really gives me that souped up Grays feel, like a high performance variant of the regular Grays. And I know the Schwalbe Grays is kind of that, but this has something special about it. It's still lean and mean like the regular Grays, but just with those shoulder boosters going on, the more angular head, and of course, the butt thruster. Probably said that a bit too much during this review, but hey, he has a butt thruster. So all those things combined make this thing a really awesome machine and a really great deal. Also talking about butts, he also has a hole right there for an action base. So yeah, if you love the gyms, if you love grunts, absolutely get this thing right now. 1,200 yen makes this a very cheap machine with a lot of stuff going for it. And really, it's overall fantastic. And like I said, it just has a really cool high performance feel, and the color might be helping a bit with that. I can totally see this thing leading a bunch of regular green grazes into battle, even though that's probably not going to be possible considering its place in the story. For size comparisons, first of all, here is next to his buddies, the Barbatos and the Gushin Rebake. Then next to McGill is the Schwalbe Grace and the Robot Damashi de Leo, for obvious reasons. And finally, here is next to the standard size Gym Custom and the always bulky Zaku 3. And that's all for this review, and see you guys next time.